going on to you, Scorpio? So you have the Eight of Swords, Page of Pentacles, Seven of Cups, the Justice, Five of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Swords, the Devil, Four of Pentacles. A lot of Pentacle cards. So the Eight of Swords, the Page of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups, right? It's about you Scorpios pretty much you didn't know, you with all this experimentation, all this new knowledge that you've got, you didn't know how to really approach people because you always thought that one particular way, or I ain't gonna say that, you always thought that a way was it and that was working for you. But then you realized that when the way that people treat you is disrespectful. So a lot of you Scorpios actually took it upon yourselves to realize that that wasn't really the best way that people could have treated you. Now you turn the tables. A lot of you Scorpios are moving quite differently. And the reason why is because the Page of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups, you've understood that the way that people treat you, right, disrespectfully, the way that they do is not natural. It's not the way that it's supposed to be. But then at the same time, you realize that that's the type of games that people play. But you're not getting offended about this. You look at it like it's a part of life, right? Like it is what it is. This is a part of the life lessons. So as a result, the Page of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups now represents. So this is what happens. The Page of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups is about you learning now how to move forward, not taking what happened to you in the past, excuse me, so offensively, but you're more so about learning that even when they try to play games, it's a life lesson that you're supposed to learn. So that's enabled you to be more solid within yourself, right? Substantial, the Page of Pentacles, and move forward, right? Because you get to, honestly speaking, you get to a point where you see so many people playing games, you learn so much to the point where you don't even dislike it anymore. Not saying that you like it, but you don't dislike it in the sense of you see what's going on because you've gained so much knowledge, you've gained so much understanding, and now you have wisdom to go along with it. So now it's like you start to, like what they say, not dislike the player, or right, not dislike the player or the game. You more so, yes, okay, yes, you may dislike them both, yes, but you're not taking it personally. You're not looking at it from a perspective of, oh, okay, whatever, and taking it personally. You more so see it as lessons. Now the Seven of Cups now represents, and this is why it is that you're able to move forward and talk to as many people as you want, because you don't see the games that people play as offensively the way that you once did, right? Not saying that you Scorpios don't feel strongly about it, that you don't want people to do that. Of course you can feel that. Like I said before, I dislike the player and I dislike the game. To be real with you, I dislike them both. But I also can see it from a perspective of not taking it personally and just pay attention to the games that's being played and what happens in it, to learn, to continue to learn. And the Seven of Cups is about how a lot of you Scorpios are learning how to do that too without getting personally involved. But the Judgment and the Five of Pentacles represent, and that's what it is that you're going to do now. Like, you don't have to get this revenge. You don't have to try to get revenge against other people. You don't have to go out of your way to do certain things or try to, you Scorpios have to get back at them. The best way for you to get back at them is for you to ghost them. It's for you to tell them that you don't want to be in their lives. It's for you to constantly, perfect yourself, get better, and then tell them like, you know what, nah, I'm good. And the more respect you have on it is the worse that it's going to be for them. Because honestly, Scorpio, the worst thing that you could really do to somebody is be great and tell them you don't want to be with them anymore. Oh, that's the worst thing in the world. So the thing about it is now is that you have the Queen of Pentacles. So the Queen of Pentacles represents, that's when it is that a lot of people are going to want you. Because see, when you're a lightweight, when you're not really making a name for yourself, and you're not really doing much, you don't really have much going for you, people will tend to think of you as being a lightweight. They'll tend to think of you as being dysfunctional, right? They'll be like, well, who cares, right? Because you don't really have a name for yourself. You don't really have anything going on for yourself, so they won't care. But then at the same time, what is dysfunctional, right, is the fact that when you Scorpios get on point, then now all of a sudden when you tell them no, that's when it is that they really have problems with that. And the Queen of Pentacles represents when you leave them alone, these, right, you've gotten better. These people will most definitely not want to see you leave. I'm just letting you know for future references. This isn't in a relationship that you just got out of. This is more so of preparation of what to do so that you can get your game right and tight. And then you have the Nine of Pentacles. And then the thing is that the Knight of Pentacles represents, so as a result, a lot of you Scorpios understand now that, this is a situation for you where another thing that you're supposed to be doing is get your situation together. Get it together better. And what I mean by that is what's really going to get people more attracted to you is when you don't have them to really think too much about. Because, you know, a lot of people are attracted to individuals that are on to something because they're on to something. So a lot of people will think that you're their savior. But for you, you're not trying to be that. And you'll let them know that you're not trying to be that. You're more so trying to save yourself and do what comes naturally to you and step your game up, right? Become better for yourself. And that's where a lot of people are going to become attracted to you. The Nine of Swords, and if you're worrying about the Nine of Swords, you really don't have to worry about how you're going to be able to understand if someone's playing games with you or if they're not, if they really like you or if they don't. You won't really have to think too hard, because those people that constantly ask you for money, you go out on dates, they want you to spend money. Just every time that the two of you hang out with each other, it's got to be some sort of price tag. It's got to be some sort of toll to pay to hang out with them. Then that's how it is that you know that those people aren't real. So that's one of the ways, is that if every time the two of you hang out, it's always got to be some sort of toll, right? They always trying to get you to pay for something. They always coming with their hand out. The Devil represents also too, if they seem like they're too eager to try to be with you. See, that's another thing too. That's another layer of it too. We're getting deeper into it. Is if they're too fast to get into it with you, if you know what I mean. If they're talking about they like you, if they're talking about they in love with you, if they talking about how, you know, they trying to, like I said, they trying to get into it with you super quick, then that's how it is that you know that there's something up, you know, because if a person is trying to get into it with you super quick, you really got to watch that. You really have to pay attention to that to make sure. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not saying that that's necessarily a bad thing, but what I'm saying is that you have to be aware of what you're doing and what they're doing to make sure. Then you have the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is how a lot of you need to be in a situation where you pay attention to what kind of game they're running, if they're even playing one, and peep game, because sometimes people will want to get with you, if you know what I mean, too fast to get you caught up, because they don't want you thinking straight. So let's clarify the Devil now to get some more insight on that. So to clarify this, we have the Death card, yup, Queen of Cups, the Three of Wands and the Ace of Swords. Right. You should most definitely leave that alone. Like, for instance, like if you haven't had a conversation with these people, you don't talk to them, and they're giving you, they're just throwing it at you, they're just throwing intimacy at you, you should run away.